And boom, look at that, right on time. All right, Jeff, I'm gonna
Oh,
see
can
if
you believe we started
we're gonna
right on time?
we're
That's
gonna
so
we're
rare.
gonna see if we can actually play music. And if you're
Music.
hearing music, let us know. And if you're not, then it's just me and Jeff talking, which is also a good theme song, I argue. Jeff and Dre talking, good theme song. Is
We
what
like
it
to have a
is.
good time. I am running over to my laptop because I forgot to pull it up so I can follow
Oh, I
along
love this. Yeah,
with
let's see. You
that.
can see my mouse. All right, welcome to I Must Drake You, Jeff. I made a mistake. I'm so sorry. I
We do
decided to
that
get in a
sometimes.
feud with Kendrick Lamar to try and boost our engagement, and I think I lost. So
Oh
I'm really
no.
Drake's been all over the place. So I hope that's not the end of I Must Drake You.
Oh no. Well,
Yes,
luckily we're DRE apostrophe K, so
you're not gonna yes and the dad joke. I love that. Sorry to get behind the curtains because a funny running theme on Ugg Fine with Kim Carl and Jeff and Kim Carl. It would be Kim and Jeff, right? Because you always take the last in the shows you
it's
co-host.
Kim and Jeff. I'll always allow
Yeah,
them to top bill, yeah.
yeah. So Ugg Fine with Kim and Jeff. A running joke, maybe a joke, maybe kayfabe, not a joke, is like Kim doesn't yes and that always is hilarious when like bits fall flat. Sorry, your fans love it. Some of your fans love it. Sorry, Jeff. And so it is funny to see the thing. You are a good yes ander, but it is funny to see the things you will not yes and. All right. So anyway, with that in mind, today what we're going to go for, this is the Monday night break that I like to do. I'm Dre Alvarez, found most places Nerd Numbers. Jeff May, found most places Hey
Hey,
There Jeffro. This is, I've told you this in Ernst Jeff, this is like my faux social life. So thank you for letting me do this.
yeah,
Because like,
Logan said in the chat that you actually acknowledge your children, so you are better than you.
yeah, that's fair, I guess. And then all I
Yeah,
was just gonna
pretty
say,
good. Things are pretty good. I just bought tickets to a special screening and Q&A of Angus
what? Oh,
with
nice.
cool friend Charlie Talbert at the same place where we did Surf Ninjas.
The rewind place, right?
Be kind video, yeah.
So oh, by the way, I do love the funniness about breaking, like doing it as a hobby, but for real. It's like you start getting stuff like this, like I got this, pocket razor blade to just open stuff. So I have all this stuff that seems like it's like, oh, you have real hobbies to do real stuff, but I'm like, nah, it's for opening packs of, cardboard rectangles.
We love a cardboard rectangle.
Yeah. We all love it, Jeff. That's the worst part. It's so sad is that you kind of joke about like us enjoying your suffering, and we do. I'm sorry, Jeff.
Oh, I know, that's okay. I don't take it personally that you guys make me suffer as much as I do here.
Oh, by the way, shout out to, I'm never going to be able to do this for the rest of my life. Exploding Runes
There
66.
you
Go
go.
check out their chat. It's always going to take me 3 years, but go check out their channel today. One of my favorite things, I'm sorry, I'm just weird on card breaking. I love PSA reveals. PSA reveals are just some of my favorites. And
Oh yeah, I
there's
saw that. I saw that Kelly was doing the full evolution scales.
It's great. I love it. I love PSA reveals are some of the most fun. And Kelly like when we're talking bowling, Jeff, you know what getting a 10 in bowling is? It's a strike. So if we're talking the
Mhm.
land of card grading, Kelly gets a lot of strikes. That land,
But did she get any
well,
turkeys?
you're gonna have to watch to find out, Jeff. Like, we don't want to spoil it all.
But
I'm also gonna
but
cheat.
yeah, just a heads up there. Exploding Runes. I did watch your video and it was really great. Good job.
Yep, and like I said, PSA reveals are some of my favorites. So Jeff, I'm gonna cheat because this is a show I always bring up to you, which is Better
Yeah.
Off Ted. And I know, like, it's not one of those things where I want to be like, how dare you not watch it? Because I fully understand not having time. But this is just a clip that related to last week. I'm going to actually experiment to see if this shows up. And the
Are
audio
you
should be on.
pirating
Oh, wait. Let's
pirating
see.
media?
So let's not pirate it. This is just the episode. So this is an episode where one of the scientists, and I think Jeff will have to watch this later. I don't know if you're getting a sound live, but this when you were talking about like not knowing if you were able to like come up with bits on Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, and I was like, that seems ludicrous. Like, how could you think that way? And this is a clip that does. Done with breaking. So
There,
here's the
there it is.
here.
That's.
Yeah, you
I
gotta.
love how we can tell that you're signed into
Yeah,
my YouTube
well, I
because
have to
obviously we're
be
streaming
to
this to you.
live stream. And but here's the
I
thing.
will tell you, it did freak me out just a slight bit that I saw my own logo on the thing. It was like totally unrelated, but yeah.
I guess I can add. I've never tried to add a comment as you. I have accidentally commented you in chat. Um,
Yeah,
what
do it.
while you were
Okay, I don't
streaming
care.
once, and then I'll also say that I'm not allowed to upvote, so I can't vote things in your favor. So that is funny. So let's go.
Why aren't you know? Yeah, it's all good. Let's open some
Let's
cards,
open.
dude.
Now let's. Okay, so breaking this down, we're doing
Let's
more
show
P.
more clips of comedy
I
shows.
love it. I could do that all night. All right, so this is PBA Leafs. The reason we're looking for this is I've spoiled this if you're watching, Zach. I would really love to send you a Belmo and the care package Jeff is sending along, but I only have an autograph and two things. That is actually out for grading. I've got that going. I've got that going out for grading right now, so can't. And then also Jeff is a little kinder than me on stuff he is willing to give away. And by that I mean a lot kinder. Um, but Belmo, an autographed Belmo is a little too good. So I'm hoping to get a base Belmo. What we're gonna do for Leaf, I'm gonna do my best to just do one at a
Or
time.
what if you got a second autograph film?
Then I'd send Zach a very nice card that of me. You may I'd send an autographed picture of me holding up both autographed Belmos. How's that? This is why you have the tier
I
and
mean,
I don't, Jeff.
that's
Okay.
fair, but I mean, too, like, what's an autograph Belmo gonna go for?
That is actually like when I did start doing some comps, and like that's one of the few. Like I got the Belmo, Petraglia. I got the Belmo and I got the Weber, and those are kind of, if you're gonna look for someone that's actually worth anything, that's one of the, those are like two of the only names, because Jason Belmonte is like the
Hell
best
yeah.
best Belmonte he is. All right, so by the way, this is one of those out of my range for knowing, but older bowler.
Johnny
There,
Petralia.
Petralia. He has won 14 tournaments and 3 majors, which I think it'll say, and then you'll notice here it says he won 5 titles in the 1971 season. So this is one of those like you find someone from the ABA or Dr. J era, very
Oh
excellent
yeah, he's
bowler.
like Bob Gibson or Dr. J or something like that. Yeah.
Doctor, well, it's like, and it's okay. So I'm getting lots of names I don't recognize, but we'll get another one, and I'll have to look them up. So this is
Do you know that I babysat Dr. J one
I've
time?
heard that story, and I love it so much. I think you brought it up recently. I'm so jealous. And so I'll let you tell. Like, actually,
No, I don't
what's a
care.
show?
Like,
What's a show it
no,
was
let
on?
him.
We should plug it because you recently told this on a show, but I can't remember because you're on
I
so
don't
many
know.
podcasts.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It was a cool gig. But yeah, I got to babysit 4 NBA legends: Clyde Drexler, Dr. J, Robert Ory, and Moses Malone.
I am so jealous of you getting to babysit, for lack of a better word, Moses Malone, just because he's, no longer with us. I've actually met Dr. J, which was really cool. I got one of the world's
Yep.
worst selfies with them, which is awesome. So I was like, selfie is like, yes. I was like, awesome. And then like later I was like, this is unrecognizable. Maybe I'll share it at some point. Um,
I got a picture of Moses Malone watching Ice Cube take promotional videos for Ride Along on Blu-ray.
that's so, and I think I actually think you shared that back and forth at one point because there's someone
I
doing a
have to.
biography on Moses Malone and I tagged you on it and you did. Okay, so by the way, Marshall Holman,
Yeah.
another player that's like amazing player that I just don't know because his years active were 74 to 1996, 22 titles,
I like that
4 majors.
I
Oh,
like that
he's a
his
boxer,
pose
right?
is old timey boxer. Yeah.
Well, that's what they used to do in old bowling. Okay, and now let's see. In theory, Jeff, if Leaf isn't lying to us, we're supposed to have 7 cards. So I like making cocktails. So the other set I've got
So
is.
on my video, it
It
seems
looks
like
like
your
it's
hand
frozen.
is
All right, let's
frozen,
take a quick peek. All right. Doing that
which
again. I'll
like
just go
I don't
insane, and
know.
it is all plugged in and everything. Okay. So, but the good news is it
Okay, there
has.
we go.
Okay, so we're doing.
Wait, so now all of a sudden I'm seeing Loki cards?
Yeah. Well, what I said is I do cocktails, so I'm gonna do There are 7 cards in the Leaf box. I have 5 packs remaining of my of my first hobby box for Loki. So I'm gonna
Yeah, no, I
do.
get how that works.
But yeah,
Yeah,
you
bookend it with
weave them
bowling.
together, one the other, one then the other. How bad did their
Yeah, I
knees?
think you might be over explaining that a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. It's.
Yeah, man, we
Do
get it.
I over explain? Is that something I do, Jeff? Do I
Yeah, maybe a little
sarcastically
bit.
make
It's okay.
comments to see, and
Okay.
then Jeff gets frustrated, just explains it anyway? You killed us. These are cool. These are the inserts. An unpleasant meeting. I've mentioned this. These are like my favorite. These are like one every 2 or one every 3, the purple ones. But
Oh, those are the ones you pulled the
they
purple.
just look.
Yeah.
You got to see your cool friend TJ, right, of Upper Deck. They make some
TJ
pretty.
Shevlin, I saw him at WonderCon recently.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, also so I guess on comic book May the 4th day, you saw like 3 or 4 friends, but I guess it wasn't TJ. I thought you had mentioned him. Okay, there's that. All right, Jeff. Next bowling card. This one I already saw ahead of time. This
Nice.
is funny. This is Tom Smallwood. Jeff, at some point we may do this. Pete Holmes did a bowling television show based on this guy. So this
Oh
guy
yeah.
was a former auto worker who got laid off. They kind of lie and say in the show that he goes straight pro, but he's someone who was really good in college and had bowled. But he won a tournament for 100 grand and went to become a professional bowler after that. And he just lost to none other than Jason Belmonte in the PBA playoffs round 2 recently. Really
Pete
good bowler.
Holmes loves being in shows where people jump forward really fast in a career that that's not possible in.
Oh,
Because he
because he
did
did.
that with Crashing in comedy as well.
Yeah, it that
It's a
at
it's a
some point,
it's a
Jeff.
it's a quick theatrical version of reality.
It's yeah. Well, I mean, we talked that in the throwback to the Searching for Bobby Fischer episode, where like anytime you take a movie or television show based on a true story, one just for expedience, for time. I
Yeah.
love this. You're good on a plane. With we got the temp pad of him of Casey,
Oh yeah.
which is awesome. All right. Help us and who knows? Another one of these. I love it. I think
Oh
I've gotten
nice.
all the hits
Those
from
are
the box,
gorgeous
so I
cards.
don't think anything. But I'm trying to go for a complete set of these. Who created the? And yeah, I've joked on this set. Lamentus, worst of all disasters. Like some of the cards look amazing, and some are just like, here's a mountain backdrop. You're like, but I do really like the look. And then of course, if you look in the top like left, the branching timelines, that is really cool. And there are some people that are arguing. This will be
Oh, you got frozen again, Dre.
Thank you. I'm so glad that you are on deck for that because then that's just an easy tap as opposed to before where we'd stay frozen for a long period of time. Okay, thank
So
gosh.
like,
And I'll say this, Jeff. On
oh, look at that.
I cut the box too early, but the Leaf logo was actually right over EJ Tackett's face because he's on the box. Look at that. Now Jeff,
Oh, look at
he
that.
won 5 tournaments last season, including 2 majors, and was player of the year. He's the front runner for this year's player of the year. So this is awesome to get. This is just base. That is a cool card. And I have met him. He is a cool guy. He became the ninth. Yeah,
Uh,
last year he became the 9th Triple Crown winner. And I'll say this, Jeff. He won a major last year, and if you look in the background, I bought a ticket to that event, and they overstuffed it. And yeah, I do see it's frozen. They overstuffed that event, and
oh,
as a
wow. So what they have
result,
like 35, 40 people? Yeah.
yeah, you can take a look. You can actually see me holding up signs in the background, but you can't see me because I blend in with the background.
Because you're John Cena. I do love just how excited you get about like the stats and stuff. Because obviously you're a numbers guy and a stats guy. I just find it very funny. Whenever you leave that NBA hoops, whenever you like move your hand and stuff, I can never tell if your screen froze and you haven't come back yet. So I don't know if
Oh,
it takes
thanks,
a little
Walker.
tap. Just keep
I
tapping
like
whatever you
that.
got to do.
Well, Dr. Dre is cool. That's like in the song. I love this. This was one of the funnier parts of season 1. I won't spoil any of season 2, Jeff, but yeah, when like they kind of reset the
Yeah.
show when they showed that all of the Infinity Stones don't work and they just use them as paperweights.
Yeah, they
Okay.
don't do anything
Yeah.
in
Oh yeah, and I was gonna. I
in
don't.
that
This
area.
is like I wouldn't even call it
Oh, that's
spoilery,
cool
so I
looking.
wouldn't say this, but yeah, X-Men 97 is awesome. I can't wait to watch that tomorrow. Wednesdays are going to be fun this week. And what I'll say is Bishop. There is apparently Bishop is a regular on the show. That is not a spoiler because he shows up in episode 1. And there are like possible overlaps with the branching timelines people have said they've been watching. So X-Men 97, Loki, two of my favorites. Okay, now we're into the good stuff.
Quick, I was like, quick, shake the table so I know that you're not frozen.
Okay, now we're into the good stuff. Oh, this guy's pretty good. AJ Johnson number.
Okay, Dre, you are frozen.
Okay, so shake the table for sure. So you get to
Like,
hear ahead of time.
what if you?
There we
All
go.
I see is that Jesus Christ, it just appeared out of nowhere.
I love it. Actually, that's kind of
Do you
funny.
know why? Do you know why it keeps doing that?
I don't, and this was like I don't know, but I am staying close
Have
to
you
it as
thought
the
about?
good thing, and I'm like trying to watch live. So at least
Yeah,
all of the gaps have been super minor. But AJ
yeah.
Johnson,
Have you thought about pouring Diet Coke all over your keyboard or something?
I'm debating it. But
AJ Johnson, 6 out of 15. Nice numbering.
he's a fairly good bowler, and I'm trying to see. I don't know if he's won any majors, but he is a fairly good bowler. You know, he's one that does it enough that I
Yeah.
see. Oh yeah, and in chat, Logan saying like
Logan.
magic. Yeah, you know, like
Oh, so you can see the chat.
you
All
do
right.
sleight of hand magic. So like maybe I'm
That
just
seems
trying to
like a
match
big
you.
crossover, and that seems like an easy crossover with between crossover magic and professional bowling. That
Yeah, it seems
seems like that crew is
all
pretty
right.
connected.
And I'm making sure still not frozen. So we got do we trust each other? Protect the timekeepers. That yeah, I really love the branching, like just how that looked. Protect
Yeah, it
the.
looks really good. What's okay? Yeah, there you go. We love those purple.
See, he looks like a magician here with
You're a little too high. Why don't you bring that card a little bit
yeah.
lower into camera
Help us find you. He
frame?
looks like a magician there, huh?
There you go.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Owen Wilson, magician, bowler.
Hey,
Yeah,
wow. Yeah, you're gonna know.
this is when he first gets captured, and yeah, I love old Loki. This is glorious purpose. That's one of my
Classic Loki, right?
yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes in the entire thing. Okay, all right, we're almost. I think we got a couple more bowling to come along. All right, and you might see a brief glimpse
Nice,
or a
nice.
brief flicker, but it shouldn't be frozen. Okay, trying to do my best here. Okay, this one we talked about briefly. You actually broke this guy on your show. This is Stuart Williams. He does a
Sure.
podcast with Chris Barnes called the Beef and Barnes Show. So his nickname is Beef. He is he's British, I think. He's a decent bowler, but you know, more popular as a content creator. Funny stuff, huh? So this is a cool one to get an auto. I don't think did you get an auto of him or did you just get the base? Because I think you have one
Man,
of
I don't
his.
know.
You don't just
I
have it
don't
in your
remember.
mind. How many cards have you broke? Like
Yeah,
that would be a depressing one. You
I
said
broke
you had a
for the PBA. I opened 2 boxes, right?
yeah. Well, no. Here's no, not that. Sorry. So you mentioned that you went to a career day at one point. Okay, still not
I
frozen,
did a
thank
couple
God.
weeks back.
And they were like, how many episodes have of Batman have you watched? How nice to meet you. Oh, yep, Alligator Loki. Love it. Oh, this is cool. What is this? Alternating time branch. The threshold end of time. It look because it's kind of got like a kind of glossy thing. It looks a little. It looks cooler than I'm watching on the screen because it looks blurry, but it is pretty cool. This
So
is the
we got
first.
the Stuart Williams auto.
So did you get a Stuart
I
Williams
went back.
auto as well?
Yes. So so you are the king of Stuart Williams autos.
Do you think Zach
We
wants
got.
us? Listen, it's no Jason Belmonte, but do you think Zach wants a Stuart William auto
I
for
mean,
all
I'm sure he might. I'm
for all
sure he would
time,
enjoy that.
always?
And we also got the Tom Smallwood numbered
Yeah,
out of 7.
that one I like because I mean he is like it is interesting. That would be fun to get like signed by Pete Holmes of all people. I'm just gonna leave something there so you can't tell if it's frozen.
Yeah.
All right, we got actually yeah. So it looks like let me do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. People at Leaf don't know how to count, but it could be the collation or some other stuff. This is interesting. Take a look at this, Jeff. So,
What's that?
oh my gosh. Come on,
I'm
you're
looking
there.
at a Loki card.
Okay. Where? You're not live? Sorry.
Did you
It shouldn't
did
be
you freeze,
frozen.
Drake?
It
Drake, did you
might be.
freeze again?
I will kill something.
I mean, you kill whatever you need to kill, man.
Okay.
Sorry, I was also away from my. Oh, hey, we're back. Hey, look at that. That's exciting.
No, that's okay. This is obnoxious. I'll talk a little bit about this, but yeah, Leaf is supposed to send. Leaf is supposed to send 7 in a box. And that just does not seem to be the case. That does not seem to be happening. So,
If
but
they
we'll see.
didn't send you 7, then you should just message them and tell them that they shorted you 1 card.
Oh no, other way. They keep sending more.
Oh, that
But if you
they
look at this,
overdosed you.
Francois Lavoie. So he's got 5
Mhm.
PBA Tour titles, 3 majors, 7 300 games, none televised though. But if you look there, like underneath, I can't tell if this is on the card or on the thing. Like that there, under his name, looks like a misprint or something.
Oh, a printing error.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if they. But I can't tell if it's on like potentially if it's on the um the penny sleeve inside. Hmm.
I don't know.
Hmm. Not a bad, like good
I don't
player.
know.
Not going to be one of the big
Francois.
names. Okay, here we go. This one. All right, it's he actually. So this is another autograph. This is arguably
Oh,
outside of Jason Belmonte, probably on the hall of on like the on the Mount Rushmore of greatest bowlers. Walter Way Williams is probably like top. He doesn't have the most
oh,
majors.
a guy named Walter is going to be in the Rushmore
Yeah.
of
And
bowlers.
then
Get
if you
out of
look,
town.
he actually even wrote 7-time player of the year. That's similar to Jason Belmonte. They're both 7-time player of the year. He has the most career titles of any bowler. So Jason Belmonte has the most majors. This guy has the most titles. And he was
Oh, wait,
actually
go back to that Francois card. Runes makes a great point. Is that a circumflex at the underneath the C? Is that what
Oh,
you
is
were
that like a
pointing at?
French thing? I don't speak it or read it. Could be.
Yeah, I believe. I know that's just
Because it is under his name, so in
that's
both cases.
that's to let you know that it is a S sound.
So I am slightly bummed, by the way, that I didn't get this in on the same. I mean, I can just grade it on a later date, but like this belongs next to Pete Weber. These two autos next to each other, because this was like a Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart. Um, actually,
It's a
Bret's.
CD.
Thank you to keep on the pronunciation, but Walter Wade Williams and Pete Weber is very much a Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels uh, one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're just like one of the biggest.
One of them hates the other one.
Well, like, and in fact, you could make it, this is so nerdy, Jeff, but you could really make the argument that Pete Weber is the Shawn Michaels of bowling. He even does the DX chop.
I,
That's one of his things.
I could see that.
But
I
he
could
did.
see that.
I think Logan on a
Did he
previous.
insinuate that his rival was having an affair?
That would have been funny if he ever did that. Like, that is the one thing though. He kept getting his ass kicked by Walter Ray Williams. That is one thing, and their rivalry. Pete Weber has more majors, but like head to head, he just could never beat
So
Walter Ray.
can we talk about how Dick? Can we talk about how Dick here makes an autograph that makes it look like he says Dick all?
I love it. That's a good autograph. So
It
by the
is
way, he has
because you know
17.
what?
He has 7 titles. He is a pretty solid bowler. Started in
Wait,
1999,
are
and
we
he's
still?
from Colorado Springs. And we're still on Dick Allen.
Are we talking about? We're talking about Dick.
We're talking about Dick All, as you call them now, right?
Yeah,
That I agree.
Dick
I
all.
can't. I
I
can't
think
not
it's
see
like
that now, Jeff. Thank you.
Dick 'em all. Let God sort them out.
God damn it, Jeff. Yeah,
Logan Walter screwed Walter.
that would have been hilarious if like Pete Weber just came out and like gets a strike against Walter Ray and is just like, "You're having an affair, suck it." Like he would
And
do
then
stuff like that. This is who do you
he's
think
like,
he?
I know you've had a few sunny days, and then he gets murdered the
I love
bowling
it.
alley.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Pete Weber versus Walter Ray. That is really hard to say. The WRW next to each other. But next, I'll just say Walter next to Walter.
Who all came here to see WRW? That's another wrestling reference. I'm sorry.
I love it.
I should
You
know
and I,
better.
yeah, we're winding down towards the end because we've got through the cards. Again, here's the sad news, Zach. We may not get you a Jason Belmonte, which doesn't make a lot of sense, as Jeff noted. New Zealand and
Hey,
Australia.
are you doing anything with the camera, or are you just leaving that
I'm
big
leaving
alum
that.
card there?
Actually,
Because
here, let's do the
I can't tell. Okay,
let's
I
do the
was just
wide zoom
checking
and
to
at
see if
bare
you were
minimum
frozen.
if bare minimum if it freezes up. Bare minimum. And by the way, these are on the docket at some point, so I do have a bunch of NBA hoops I want to get through. I kind of mentioned with the I Must Drake You. The good news for me is I just have like sets I want to complete, so I have a bunch of backlog I'm just going to go through at some
Yeah.
point. Let's just make sure. In theory, OBS claims that you are here, Jeff, so we'll go for that. So let's.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, good to know.
I got a nice little something. I picked up two boxes for openings in the future, for episodes of I Must Break You, and I'll let you guys in on a little secret. One, I bought a Lorcana season 3 box at Arsenal Comics and Games, so I could support Timmy Heeg and Arsenal. I bought it at the Comic Book Day, and then I also picked up today at Burbank Sports Cards. They were having a sale on X-Men Series 2 trading cards.
What year are those? And yeah, I am frozen, so I'll get back.
92. That's the year right after Jim Lee.
Hmm.
Oh, you froze. That's exciting.
Yeah, but you know,
Um,
this is a good place to freeze, Jeff. I love it. I absolutely love
yeah,
it.
where it looks like cards.
Yep.
But yeah, so they had a sale on X-Men Volume 2 cards, so I got a booster box for about $100, which I figured would be a good use of my money for an episode coming up soon. I know people are really hyped on X-Men. Maybe I'll even do it this week. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it is interesting. We kind of don't have to go too far behind the curtain, but like, yeah, with moderate growth, the affordability of just like, yeah, a $50 to $100 thing per episode is ideal, right? Like, that should be entirely
I
doable.
mean, no,
Yeah.
not now, but I
No. I'm not
very
saying now.
rarely.
I'm saying in the future. That's like the goal to go
Oh, in the
for.
future, yes.
So that's what like that.
Yeah.
That's the like. It's like, yeah, that seems
Yeah.
entirely doable with.
They're saying in the comments that there should be a drinking game every time your camera freezes.
Every time I mention a back
Um,
episode, every time the camera
yeah.
freezes, every other week. It doesn't. It's not weekly. That's the good news, because then that means we can't. It means
Or
it's not something that I'm like going to invest a bunch of time into fixing, and then I'm like, oh, it's fine, and then it fails in the future.
we all love that. So hey, if you guys are enjoying this, we certainly love to do that. Now, these cards, of course, are Dre's for his own personal collection, and whatever he chooses to do with those is very exciting. However, it is important to know that if you want any of the cards from I Must Break You, which is every Wednesday at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time in the afternoon, you can head on over to patreon.com/Jeff May and sign up, and you can get hooked up with that. I am currently putting together packages. I'm starting to like pre-sort and get them ready. I've got some good stuff that we're sending out, giving away a lot of like mini cards, which is really fun. Those Judge Dredd cards, the Spider-Man 30th anniversary cards, really high, good-looking stuff. Really excited to bring those to you guys. Some 1982 wacky packages, lots of weird stuff in here.
Yeah, and as mentioned, at some point
And
in the
everyone
future.
get
Oh, good.
good.
I was going to say at some point in
I
the
was
future, I
going to
might.
say that we did it. We
Why?
did the
Why?
thing again.
You're doing
Um,
this on purpose.
uh, I put each package for the month that I mail out and put together this month. So these are for the April packages. Is getting 2 packs of cards specifically from a break to open. So I'm sending 2 packs this month to people.
Is this your card? That'd be cool. We're doing like close-up magic and sorting the cards. No.
There it is.
Easy to
I
sort.
mean, you go for it, man.
Isn't it? I mean, yeah, like, I
But
love
yeah,
the sorter. It makes it easy, and it's nice to like getting all of your stuff sorted, so you don't have to just have a big thing. I feel for you. And that was the question I was going to ask. Is like, how many cards have you broken? Is a wild question, Jeff, because you've been at this for a while now.
I've been at this for about a year now. Like my Facebook message memories showed me that I started this around a year ago. So I mean, not nothing too crazy, but definitely in the tens of thousands. Which there's people that do way more than that, every day. But I'm not them. They do that for a living, and I do that to try to build up something to supplement it. But I'm having a good time.
We love it, and I mean, yeah, the cards you broke last time, I really dug. Those were, oh dang, really? Oh wait, no, I'm not in basketball now, am I, Jeff? Okay, and we'll just finish up here. We can start winding down to the outro because you're watching me do the last thing. This is actually the full process. If you were looking for trust the process ish, saw me break the cards, saw me organize the cards, and the last step is go to TCDB and update the cards for any set that I'm looking for a full collection, which is why, like, for me, with some of these things, I'm finding that, like, I don't want to get as invested because it's like there are only a couple sets I want to try and get all of, you know, like the NBA hoops,
Yeah.
etc. And then I did go to the point, we were joking about this back and forth in instant messages, Jeff, but I was like, yeah, like went to the card shop and like handed him a list of like singles I wanted, like single
Hmm.
cards. And he's like, I know a guy, I'll get
Yeah.
back to you later in the week. And I'm like, this feels like something else. This feels weird, but that's the
He
hobby.
knows the guy. Don't question it. He knows the guy.
And then I've told like Landon, my buddy, who I may or may not, he just traveled. We may or may not be playing some Final Fantasy tonight. We'll see, Jeff, because he doesn't know if he'll have time, but if he does, that's what I'll be doing after this. But he was no, I was telling him, I was like, you talk about breaking cards. You're like, oh yeah, I only let myself break like 2 packs a day, and I go in this back room, and it's like, yeah, it sounds like smoking. Don't know which is worse for your health.
I mean, nobody knows.
All right, Jeff. Well, the last thing I want to plug, I'm so excited about this. In because we're in a weird month because Thursday started super early. We will be doing an episode of Nerd like we do every month, the third Thursday of every month, which comes right after Mint on Card, which comes the second Friday of every month. Jeff's got schedules. Jeff's got cool schedules. Jeff's got cool. Let's see. What are we looking for here? Starts with an F for like a calendar. I don't know. I got nothing. Jeff's got cool
Wait,
something.
what?
I'm trying to think. Like you have like cool scheduled things regularly, but it has to start with an F if we want to go with the Jeff has cool friends, right? No.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I got lost in there for a second. I got lost in the woods of that concept and blacked out, which is exciting for everybody.
Yeah, I could buy it. You're like, Dre was talking about, yeah, Walker's talking about my organization. Like, Dre was on a tangent. I blacked out. I'm like, I hear you. That's me all the time. By the way, a good break in the sense that this base set only has 90, but of course, unlike I actually do kind of appreciate these packs. These no
Yeah.
Logan, don't make me get a moderator in
Says,
here to ban you in the chat. Bad Logan.
saying I have cool feet pics. Not a flip guy.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, these only have 6 cards per pack, which I actually do kind of like. Like, on the one hand, getting like 15 to 20 cards in a pack is nice for trying to complete a set. On the other hand, you just wind up with
Yeah.
this giant thing. So this base set has 90. I
Big
would like to
stack
get a
of
complete
cards.
set. I have broken a hobby box of them, so I have 54 out of 90. Not bad. And today's break, and I don't want to risk seeing. It says I'm not frozen, so we'll do one last wide and then call it a night, Jeff. But yeah, I did get all of these are new.
Yeah.
All of these are cards I did not have before.
Oh,
So
hell yeah.
so that's good. Already got all my hits, and I mean, you already noted in this box because this is strung out over multiple breaks. I did get a Tesseract card, which is like a metal temp pad card, and that is nice. Thanks for showing up, Runes. Runes, have a good night.
Hey, thank you
Uh,
so much. Go find food.
I do like food. But yeah, I was just going to say, already got the hit, so that's definitely good. Still looking for the Tom Hiddleston auto, and I do have one more box because, hate to say it, Jeff, as an investment, as we always say about breaking, do not invest in cards as an investment. these things plummeted in value
No.
for a variety of reasons, like, obviously Jonathan
Yeah.
Majors and all that, the show itself wrapping up. So this is more just a fun thing, but yeah, it was a fun break. We're going to be having a
I
nerd
mean, with the if you pulled the Jonathan Majors auto, um, you could definitely sell it to like a criminal collector. There's a lot of
yeah.
people that collect criminal cards.
Well, Adam said right after OJ died, Adam Todd Brown on the You Don't Even Like This network of shows said he was doing that right after OJ's death. Started posting like OJ cards because why not,
Well,
right?
he bought that O.J. Simpson and God, who was the other guy? The guy from the Raiders, whose name I'm forgetting. That
That's
they
hilarious.
both dated Nicole Brown, and they did a double signed card. He's like, "Why would you people even do that?"
Is what it
But
is.
yeah, so no, this is really great. Monday, 6:30 Pacific. I must Drake you. We love to see it. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock in the afternoon is I must break you over here. Same bat location. It's not the same bat time, but
That would have
I
been
had a
funny
good
on the
time.
old Adam West ones if they'd gone that way, right? Like made it as confusing. Like tune in next time on a different channel, different time, different bat channel, different bat location, different. No, all right. Anyway, continue.
Well, I'll tell you what. Speaking of which, wait till you guys see what we cover on Tom and Jeff Watch Batman this week.
Oh, so you just finished up War World, and that was
You're
good.
not going to guess.
I'm not going to guess. So I shouldn't even
No,
try, but
you
I'm
just
just
you
just say
won't
I'm
get it.
looking forward to it. And then in a
Yeah,
week,
look forward
in
to it.
in 2 weeks, so we're going to record this week, but this is already the second Thursday, Jeff, because it happens. So then we're going to be doing
Yeah, woof.
Nerd on Star Wars action figures. I am. This is a funny one because on some of the movie ones, especially movies from my childhood where I explain them, but like you with action figures is so fun to listen to. I am legitimately excited about
Yep.
recording the episode on it
Well,
was in 95, right, is when they came out again.
yep. Yeah, I'm going to explain it. This was the Power of the Force 1995 re-release. That was the first re-release when Kenner was releasing cards. They stopped, or excuse me, when releasing toys. They stopped um, doing it for a little bit, and they would put like little bendies and stuff out there, like kind of useless stuff. But then in 1995, they re-released The Power of the Force, and it was like this huge deal. So this was the first time that Star Wars toys actually came out as being like, oh, these are collectible. Back in the day, it was like, they were toys to play with, and this was the era where they were collectibles. So we have a guest tentatively, literal Star Wars expert and host of Force Center and author of Why We Love Star Wars, and also does great breaks, including sports card ASMR on here, which actually John Jabs of The Past is Alive talks about all the time. So it's like a really interesting synthesis of like the network of like guests that somehow know each other, not through me, but still know each other. And it's really weird. But it's going to be a great one. Ken Knapsack is a great friend of mine. I love him. His knowledge is unbelievable. His episode of Jeff Has Cool Friends that
Love
that
that
just
episode.
went up is really fun. We actually get into like a very polite fight about Star Wars, which is very
Logan in the
nice.
chat is
But
asking
yeah,
if they make Star Wars action. Yeah, I know it's wild. I don't want to burn content, right? If that makes any sense, but I have so many comments on just even some of the cursory research I did for it. And then yeah, it's funny on the to kind of wrap up the GI Joe episode. I thought that GI Joes had copied Kenner for putting the little cards on the back, and obviously it's the flip side. Hasbro acquired Kenner. Hasbro did the little cards on the back for like GI Joe,
oh,
and then
you
when
mean
they
the file
started
cards?
re-releasing the Star Wars figures in '95, then they started putting the little things on the back.
The little, yeah, the lore and everything. Yeah.
All right, so to wrap up,
Um,
we got Tom and Jeff watch Batman. You're never going to guess it on Wednesday. Of course, you're going to tune in for that. You're also going to watch X-Men '97 with Jeff, cool friend AJ Lacasio. It's in the they're doing a 3-part finale, Jeff. So they did the first of 3. It's good
yep.
stuff. I'm
His
jealous of
car just
anybody
got
who's
stolen.
not. I'm jealous of anybody who's not caught up because I just want to binge it all, and I can't. I got to wait 2 weeks like a noob. But it's amazing stuff. X-Men 97. You're going to tune in to Jeff's I Must Break You at 1 p.m. Pacific. That's going to be fun. I think that's and then the week after. Oh, then you're going to go to Mint on Card on Friday. Blast from the
Mint on
Past.
Card Friday. Blast from the Past in beautiful Magnolia in Burbank, California. So if you guys want to see me live, you can come do that.
And then Jeff's going to be on a bunch of other podcasts the week after that. But let's just be clear: in the top 5 at least will be the nerd episode dropping. And let's see what day will that. Let me try and do some quick math, Jeff. That'll be what, the 16th, right?
You're trying to figure out when the next episode of Nerd drops.
Oh wait,
it'll be the 16th.
Probably shouldn't do my calendar.
It'll be May 16th. It'll be almost the direct center of the month.
So May 16th.
Thursday is the middle of the month. Yeah.
May 16th. I guarantee it will be a top 10 Jeff podcast of the week that week.
Yeah. Well, that being said, hey, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. I love doing this with Dre. Love that we get to keep doing it. Love seeing what Dre pulls. Love the random video clips that we throw on there.
Can you believe
you're all wonderful, and we really appreciate you joining us. Dre, do you have anything else you want to plug?
Just follow me most places at Nerd Numbers. Love that the regular guests we're getting just all over the place, right? On Mondays, on Wednesdays. Love the camaraderie. It's a lot of fun. You all rock.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You guys too. Thank you all so much. Don't forget to blah blah blah, like and subscribe, and hit the notifications bell. Dre hates when I disparage that concept, but I don't care.
Yeah, you gotta stop. Just sell it. You're such a good salesman, Jeff. You just gotta. And the music's playing. Hopefully, who knows? But I was just gonna say, you are such a good salesman, Jeff. Like, you've worked at Foot Locker. You said you're good at selling, so stop not selling, you good seller. Stop Shawn Michaeling it against